Welcome to this podcast this morning. It's part of a series of leadership team communications, and I'm excited this morning, as I'm often excited, because it's about people, it's about business, and it's about families. It's how to create a really substantial, on-fire business which gives leaders of the business more free time to choose where to spend. And that just means more profits, and that can be shared in certain ways, and that can lift up teams, and it just gives back to everyone, which is a good ongoing cycle. So the series is focused on you as a leader and helping you create the team of your dreams, pretty much. And I'm excited about today's. It's following on from the last one, which was just a word association of how to engage with people, and it was called BALE, B-A-L-E, and B just stood for building a bridge, A was asking them questions, L was listening to them, and E was empowering them. I hope you can remember that. That's on the previous episode if you like, and we've got plenty of information on this to share with you. We're happy if you just want to have information and we don't engage with you, that's fine. This is about other people, not all about us. So this topic today is a little bit of a different one. It's probably one you might not want to hear in a way, but it's true. And it's about a couple of areas of how to really bring up the people in your business and what sort of mindset you need to have to be able to do this. Now, it comes down to mindset. I can put in all the strategies, like I was saying, the processes and things like that. But at the end of the day, it's the why we do what we do and the understanding of how to get that across to everyone that's going to make the big difference. It's hard to speak about in a short podcast series, so this one might be a little bit longer. But this morning was a good example. I spoke to a construction business owner and a horse owner of some ranches out near Forbes in outside New South Wales, and just asking them what do they see as the biggest problems in the business. And both of them identified people as the biggest problems and also as the biggest opportunity. Now, over the last 43 years of business and 23 years in the business coaching and leadership coaching areas, I've found that we can strategize, we can systemize, we can put processes into all the areas, the operations, the administrations, the marketing, the sales, the finances, all those areas. But at the end of the day, if the people are only there because they want to make money, get home, come back the next day, make the money that they need to pay their mortgage, come home, and that's why they're in your business, then you're going to have a business that's going around and around. And when you look for people to build your business, they're not going to be there. They're not going to be wanting to do more than what they're actually having to do. And they're called silent quitters. In America, it's just absolutely rampant. In Australia, it's rampant. It's going up. Antidepressants have gone up hundreds of %. So what's that mean? It means people are struggling and they're not going to necessarily tell you because they may lose their job unless they're comfortable and they know that you want to help them. So I want to talk to you about a couple of areas and keep this as short as possible. One is about value. And how do we bring value to someone and what's that going to mean to them? Then I want to talk about a subject which is rampant, and that's about self-focus. Now, with Intouch Global and Team Culture, we focus on the area of helping others first. And if that becomes the focus of the leader, the managers, the people, can you imagine what type of business that promotes? Now, why would they do that? Well, they won't do it without being valued. So let's talk about value a little bit. So what does value mean? It means that someone's important to you. You as a leader, each person needs to know that they're important to your business. Even to take it up a step further than that, what if it's perceived as their business? So how do you do that? Well, that's another subject, but getting their value, their importance, is dominant in the area of engaging and having a fully active and wanting to be there group of people. So if they're on board, they're going to be on board because they're valued, they're important. How do we do that? Well, we listen to them. Part of the exercise called BALE, building a bridge, asking questions, listening, and empowering is the L. We listen to them. But how can we listen to them if we don't ask them questions? So how important are questions, and how important are the quality of the questions? I can ask you, how's it going, mate? And you'll get an answer, yeah, good, thanks. Or you can be asked, or you may ask someone else, what's the day looking like for you? Now that'll start a conversation, and you can ask better questions. Once you listen to them, you can add a question to the question. So now that you know that, how important is that? Now this is a structure which you can learn, your leaders can learn these questioning techniques. So once the question is asked, then we can get into the other areas. Because when we ask a question, what's that doing for the person that's being asked? Well, they're feeling better because you value what they say. You're listening to them and you're asking them questions about themselves or about their role, how they could make something more efficient. What do they think about this? What do they think about that? I'm sure that makes sense to you. But is it being done, and do leaders know how to do that? A lot of leaders don't know how to do that simply because they haven't been trained. So there's reluctance. That word reluctance keeps coming up. So we can get rid of that reluctance if we engage with someone and learn how to do the questioning and the listening and areas like that. Then comes the strategy of being able to talk to someone. So that's a conversational structure. Most companies, I've not met a company yet that has a conversational structure or a strategy. Now, how important is it to be able to converse with people? It's extremely important to be able to converse in a way that they know they're important. Does it have to take a long time? No. And in fact, in the first instances, when you're talking with one of your employees, let's say, for the first time, don't make it too long. Unless they're open up to making it a longer conversation, because they'll be wondering what's going on. And slowly we'll build confidence with them, and they'll understand that you actually do care. Now, if you don't care, you might as well not talk to someone, because in the conversation, the atmosphere that you bring through just doing this to, benefit your own pocket will not help the person that you're talking to. They'll pick that up. So when we have a bit of a caring heart and we really are interested in how they're going, then that'll come across in the conversation and the atmosphere, and that'll open them up even more, because we're not there to judge them. We're not there to analyse them. We're not there to fix them. Particularly at home. We're not there to fix everyone. But a lot of people need to be listened to. And in listening, they can come up with their own solutions. That's point one. Point two is self-centeredness. Now, no one wants to talk about this, but it's rampant. Years ago, decades ago, it wasn't like this. People were helping other people. But today we have people coming into our businesses that are just wanting me. Now, I myself, don't get me wrong, I too go into self-focus, but I catch it. I catch it often and I stop it. So the premise of our business is putting other people first. And with that mindset, it changes the environment in the business. So if you've got an environment where you're thinking about the other people more than you're thinking, what can I get out of this, or how can I be lifted up? Can you imagine what type of atmosphere would be happening in the business? You know, people helping each other, but it has to glue together. How does it glue together? Well, this is point three. So point three is a measurement tool. Now, there's a tool called Jess, which is an engagement tool. It's able to lift people into a place where they know they're valued, they know they're being listened to, and we work out what it is that's going to help them in their position in the business and how it's going to help them get what they want in their life through helping you get what you want in the business. So we do it together. So there's a bit of a unity that starts to come together. Now, I know this is quite a short podcast, but it's quite deep in the sense of, putting this into practice. If you need some help or some information, reach out. We'll send it to you. We'd love to send you some information. If you want to talk, have a talk. Don't feel that you're going to be engaging with us because we don't take everyone on. Not everyone's in the right place at the right time. And truly, people shouldn't be convinced into things. Our jobs are to help people understand what we have in our business and what separates us from other businesses and how it's going to help them achieve what they want through us helping them. I hope this helps you and your people. Yeah, talk to you in the next episode.